just be like, oh my God, it's so big. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. When this awning goes out, we're gonna talk about all the outside features. So this build has a ton of new stuff from us. Excited to show you guys. We're gonna whip around the back, all the way in the front, and then we'll head inside. We're gonna start right here. So this one has owl van wheels. So we've been using Rikas a lot. This customer decided to do some owl wheels and also 35-inch tires. So these are 315 7017s. So 35s because it's lifted. So you can see our normal spring back there, but has some blocks, so it's actually lifted up 2 inches in the back here now. You can see some drop down brackets, but adjustable shock as always, our aluminum fender well and all that fun stuff. So this build is a lot taller. Moving to the back, you have the aqua exhaust. That is your continuous hot water, so it's on demand. And your hydronic heating, there's 3 zones. One of them is in this big bay here. So we're still finishing up this build. We wanted to get the walkthrough done. You can see the garage lights are missing. It's the last item in here. You've seen us build this big garage before. We'll get those installed. You can see this customer has chosen the ARB compressor. So we have a chuck back here, but it's 32 inches wide, 82 and change deep from my perspective right here. And then you're gonna have 36 inches in height. So 36, 32, and then about 82 and change, by 82 and a half from cameraman to me. Aqua hot we just spoke about, so this is the heated garage area. You have an outlet back here, you have some passive venting, and then right by the camera there, and I'll pop around to the other side in a minute, but that's, and I'll show you guys, but that is your outdoor shower. Oop, here I am. So your outdoor shower, gotta clean that still as we're still finishing items. You have a way to check your battery, your fresh tank, your gray tank. We just test all the systems, so we have to drain that. This is a tank heater pad for the gray tank. It's the only tank that is outside. Let's jump into the back real fast. You'll see the spare is actually still the Rika. Alvance finishes up their spare. They're gonna borrow this from us. They'll ship it back later. No big deal. They'll get the new one mounted and just send the rim back. But that is on our brand new, tire carrier system here. And then you're gonna have our bumper with the Baja flush mount lights. Those are on a trigger shooter 6 system in the front. 4 is normal, 6 is optional from us. This customer had a few extra things, so he just wanted options, and you'll see that when we get in front. He has a couple extra switches as well. You got the Flatline Vanco box back here. Inside, you're gonna see all his goodies that come with it. So his great hose there for dumping, the shore power, though you basically never need it, a way to fill up water, the outdoor shower, and then his ARB accessories there. But this is like my favorite spot to cook. You can fit a grill here super easily, whether it's the Coleman or Blackstone. I like the electric Blackstone, where you can fit that here. You can cook, you can drop this down. We've seen people put spices and stuff right across the top and just grab them and do what you got to do, chef it up real quick. But it's a perfect spot without setting up a big table. Camera dead center, our standard rear window in the back there, that's our camera system, the 2-inch hitch, so you can carry a bunch of stuff. If you look underneath here, this has one of our other options, so that's the differential skid on the rear plate there, so you have a whole rear diff skid there for off-roading and things that could actually damage it. Nice and protected now. You see in our smart plug all the time, so you just click it right in. Again, it's probably be barely ever used. Lockable fill, let's go into 50 gallons of fresh water. 31 gray is right underneath here, along with the heater pad. Our gray tank vent, looking at the front, you've seen the thumbnail. This customer has this pretty cool wrap here. So it's actually a textured wrap, so it kind of mimics, bed liner. So we got a textured wrap there, we got textured black across the bottom. It's kind of a green up top, and he continued that texture down. Super cool design they came up with. Here you can see the 35s up front as well. And this one, along with the lift, actually has the rally struts, so adjustable rally struts. So we replaced the struts from the factory, added the lift, and this thing rides like smooth as butter. It is badass. So it rides super awesome. He added a couple items here just to kind of finish the whole look. You're gonna have the Bravo snorkel. So that thing's pretty sweet. We're stoked on that. I love the way this whole finishes the look of the front end here. But it's functional. So the air normally comes through the front grille. It is blocked off. This has all ducting in there, and then you actually connect it to the side there and go right on through. As you can see, he changed a bunch of stuff in the front here. So we have LP6s. He went with all amber everything, because we always have amber fog lights inside our Flatline Vanco bumper with a 12,000 pound Warren winch. Skid plate completely underneath. Here you can see bumpers installed. Skid plate is going on next. That'll cover all this area and keep all that safe. And then we'll pan to another van that has a skid plate so you can see all the protection that it actually covers. From the bumper all the way back to front housings, you've seen us build them before and add them to the vans. We mentioned the amber lights there. We skipped the amber lights here, so he did a fog light replacement too from Baja. So it's a whole little kit. Everything here gets replaced, so he has just amber everywhere. But fog light replacements that use the factory dash switch, those go off the trigger, these go off the trigger. But he's got plenty of light for some dusty roads now. Moving along to the passenger side, you'll see the other side of the 35s and the owl wheels. They stick out a little farther than Rika's, are pretty cool. Well, maybe almost similar. We'd have to do a full measurement. We bedlined all inside there because we had to remove the wheel wells, mostly to get everything to fit on this with the 35s and not rub everywhere, especially off-road. The other side of things, the Girard awning is out like you saw going before. It's beautiful. We're gonna head inside, go right up these torque lift stairs. You can still see with the lift, these are adjustable and they still work perfectly fine. And we're gonna show you everything inside they did a little bit different. Plus we're gonna show you all the behind the scenes. We're not afraid to show what we do here. We're actually super proud of it. So we'll start in the front area. And then you can see what we do as we go through. We add kill mat to everything. We're gonna go through and rub that in and roll it with a big roller. So that'll help all the sound in here on the big panels so nothing tings around. You can see the power coming in, gets a little gasket here for the power for the fridge. And then this will have a giant door on top and another giant door for the freezer below. You're gonna notice right away they chose white cabinetry, so it's not a matte, it's a gloss. The matte white's, not really an option from us. We have the other matte colors, but the gloss here, it's actually super clean looking. Our normal big, deep, felt lines and sound deadened, cabinetry. Right above, you'll see all the stuff they get, the goodies for the front windows, as well as the drop-down thermal curtain. You've seen us do those as well. This build will add actually a seatbelt. I know it sounds crazy, but on the floor there, that's gonna be to keep the little Toto, or whatever dog's name is, nice and safe up front, in between the seats. So that's coming today and getting added. Cameraman is, boom, there he is. We got a mirror. Maybe switch that idea. Jumping into the shower. Full length mirror, teak floor. I'll let the camera guy jump in there. We normally have our chrome stuff here. They add a little bit different. She actually sent us the black stuff. We're gonna add this up front or remove it. We're gonna decide on that. Again, we are finishing this build up, but we're gonna go through, tighten everything up, finish it all out. Again, we just wanted to get this filmed before it shipped. Paper towel holder as always. Maybe you can hear it, it's ratcheting, so it doesn't just spin out while you're driving. Right above, power convection, so you have convection, you have air fry and a microwave in there. It is a sweet system. This customer chose a bamboo countertop, super sleek, I actually love it a lot. With wood countertops, you have to be a little more careful. You can't just throw hot plates on there. It'll definitely mess up finish. But, as long as you're careful, these countertops will last quite a long time. The bamboo, or plywood was actually the name of it. So plywood bamboo is sweet looking. We'll jump in here real fast because this is where their toilet is. They chose the Cuddy Light. So that's a urine diverting and then a back system in the back, or you could do the composting, but it doesn't have the agitator. That's why it's the Cuddy Light. A filter up there they sent for us. This can you get a little bit extra filtering for drinking water. We said, yeah, why not? So they sent it over to us. We added it in real easy for them. Soap dispenser, faucet, or normal sink. Going down the line, you have water pump. You have USBs, or sorry, we skipped already. Look at that. We have 120, then USBs, then more 120. That's a thermistor. Again, we talked about 3 zones. So we'll just get to chop it up a little bit. But you have a front zone. So that's, your thermistor right up top. You come in and it's freezing. That thermistor feels that. That system's going to kick on just the front only. If the cold air gets to the back and it gets to that resistor, second one's turning on. So they're all independently controlled. You can set them all differently. And what Robert talked about, jump right into it. You can see the Aquat screen here. You can set each one to different temperatures. You can choose what you want. You can turn them on and off. Then you set it. That's the actual temperature it is now. Once it's on, it'll run to get it to where you want it to be. And then again, turn the burner on or the electric part if you're plugged in, but a burner, that's going to be your continuous hot water as well. So again, talk about 50 gallons. All 50 could be hot. Have a hell of a shower. We're going to jump back to the driver's side so we continue down the line. 9 feet of cabinetry here. So it's 3-foot cabinets. You're going to see something a little different in here. You see our normal spot for the microwave. You're going to see a little switch here. So we added under cab lighting that is dimmable. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but if I do that, probably be able to tell. So you can set it off, you can set it bright. If you don't want all your lights on, they can set a little mood lighting, so it's pretty cool. We added that to the passenger side as well. We'll just jump over and show it. So passenger cabinetry, right inside, and you can get the little piece here on as well. So it's pretty cool, slick little system, hides behind there. Jumping back to the driver's side, you know, we always talk about our sound deadening, so you can see carpet line, felt line, whatever you want to call it, piece here, the floor, all the sound deadening in there. So you can see it's nice and solid. It's aluminum cabinetry. You can see I'm not afraid to beat it up. It will literally outlast us, outlast our kids' kids. When this vehicle is beyond service and dead, take all these out and throw them inside your garage. Some will have these literally forever. They are just going to last. This customer supplied their own organic cotton. Honestly, I don't know the brand. They sent it to me. Mattress. It's quite comfortable, pretty thick, it's pretty sweet. You've seen all that Froley system all the time. You guys seem to love to talk about it. So you can see the Froley there. You can see how it springs around, all that fun stuff. But there is access, a little latch here to get underneath. Maybe we'll just show it. Like I said, we're not afraid to show everything. So that's on a strut. You saw it go right up. Here's our inside. We're gonna go through and tighten it up a little bit more. But some people seem to think we're wasting space, but this needs airflow, everybody. So these, you know, everything makes heat in here. The aqua makes heat, the inverter makes heat. That's why there's passive venting. If you don't have airflow, you have issues. You know, things aren't as efficient. So that's why everything is what it is. But you can see the just about 15 kilowatt hour battery bank there. You can see the wake speed, that's from the alternator charging. There's a secondary dedicated alternator to charge the heck out of these batteries. 50 gallons of fresh is right down there, and it's all levels you can see on the screen as well. We'll get to that. You've seen this 50 gallon tank outside. It's actually this one itself. So right here you can see we have it set up. See our 50 gallons of fresh water. So we have it all set up here. You have our venting. You're gonna have the fill for it. Over here you have stuff that's going, the piping right to the water pump. This here is a winterization valve, so right now it'll suck from the actual tank. If you were to spin it this way, it'll suck from this hose here, so you'd put that into antifreeze if you want to winterize your rig, depending where you live. And again, 50 gallons of fresh, we have an aqua hot system, and then that all goes right down to a great tank. You can see the two windows in the back, giving tons of light in here. You see the adjustable reading lights, they have USBs as well. We all know we're addicted to our devices, right? It's probably what you're watching it on, maybe the TV, hopefully not. I don't know if I'll look on a TV, but moving on to the benches here. You're gonna see seat belts. So we have flat belts on both sides. This can turn into a bed. This table will unscrew, go down, the cushions pull in, and that'll make it, you know, additional bed if someone needed to. There's 3-inch memory foam cushions. You have Sombrella fabric. I want to say it's called Sunburst. I really don't remember the name of this color the customer chose. Underneath the bench on this side, that's another aqua hot we were talking about. That's your breakers and fuses for everything that's going on. Our 3 drawers, again, line to bottom as well. We're gonna jump to where the camera guy is. So driver's side, tons of storage on this bench. It's 30 inches wide, 22 deep, and just about 16 in height. So you have plenty extra bulk storage in there as well. This customer chose a floor. We know we gotta clean it. I believe it's chestnut from Lawn Seal, so it's a Lawn Strand floor. It's the color they wanted. Going to driver's side, you're gonna see, we talked about going through the tanks. We have to, empty them and stuff like that. Add our little logo here, but this screen sees everything. So you see the solar coming in. It's 7 something in the morning. Looking outside, it's quite overcast, and we're still pulling in. Just changed to 300 watts. It's a 1080 watt system, so it's actually quite impressive considering the sun's really not even out and it's very low in the sky. But that's how you're going to be able to turn your AC mode on. You can change the AC limits. That's your shore power stuff. But again, turn the inverter on if need be. Light switches, shower switches, the awning. We told you the aqua hot, the Starlink, more stuff to charge or use things. This vehicle and all our vehicles come with an induction cooktop, so single burner. It'll live in here wherever they choose to have it live, maybe under the sink. But you can cook here, you can cook on this side, you can cook outside. Any options you want to do. We kind of skipped the fridge, but large NovaCool fridge and freezer as well. You saw sound deadening inside that cabinetry as well. Again, we sound deaden everything we can. Down there, fire extinguisher. That's for RVA standards. Then you have your actual smoke and CO2 detectors. So speaking about RVIA, these builds are certified like that. You can get up to 20-year loan if you so chose to. Not that you have to, but it's an option, or if you're reselling or things like that, trading into a dealer. So we have that certification. You're good to go. They just come here every so often, roughly 8 times a year, give or take. It's like every 6 weeks, somewhere around there. They don't tell you, they just show up and then they go to town inspecting things. We think we talked about it, but it was 1,080 watts of solar. And then you have a Starlink. You have the Nomadic Innovations 48 volt. That's the X2 air conditioner, a fan above me. You'll see this a lot more often now. This is our matte finish that we're doing here. It's kind of a satin actually. So that is our new sheen for the ceiling. After looking at glossy too much, we weren't a big fan, so we're toning down some of the sheens in here too, so it's so much, get rid of any glare for you guys. But again, quick walkthrough, show you everything this customer did. We're shipping this one out to Oregon, so clear across the country from us in New Jersey. But we sell to everybody. We're still picking up a dealer network throughout the country. We have service throughout as well. But any questions, reach out to us, nomadrvs.com, Instagram, nomad_RVs. Obviously, you should be watching this on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe and follow. We love to hear feedback. Leave information, comments. How do you like the bamboo countertops? What do you think about a darker floor and a lighter cabinetry? Just curious to hear everyone's feedback. I'm stoked on the outside, the lift and stuff. It's a little bit outside of our norm, but it is pretty badass. But I'm a little biased on it. But I'm curious to see what you guys think. Again, comment below. Super excited to talk to everybody, and we'll catch you on the next one. Again, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. This channel has mostly all our shorts, a lot more updates than Instagram's been getting lately, but subscribe here and see everything. We're close as awning and get out of here.